Okay. All right, so I want you to think back. Remember a time. Remember that time when it fully occurred to you, when you fully realized that God is not a super being up in heaven, watching down on you, judging your every movement, but is instead that power of love and life that is within you. Isn't that grand aha? Or maybe for some of you, it was when you realize you're not a victim of life, that your thoughts are creative, and that you can change your thinking. And when you change your thinking, your experience changes. Aha. Aha. I mean, these are powerful realizations. They're life-transforming realizations, and it's appropriate to have a sense of awe when they occur, right? Now, I know for some of you, that could be a recent realization. For others, maybe it was so long ago, you're having trouble like reconnecting to, like, how did I feel? When did I believe that? You know? But in either case, it's like waking up from a bad dream and realizing you're not being chased by a monster. You're not trapped in a small room and can't get out. You're not trying to speak and no one is understanding you. Okay, maybe those are my nightmares. Whatever your nightmare is, you know, when you wake up and you go, oh, thank God. You feel such a relief. Thank God that's not true. That's not real. And like you have a renewed appreciation for the new day that's about to start and all the potential. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this day because I know I'm free, right? So spiritual growth is a series of aha moments. When we stop having aha moments, we stop growing. So we want to embrace those and embrace the awe, the feeling of awe, which it can shift our thinking from one of separation to one of realizing how connected we are, how connected everything is. You know, that feeling of awe can really open our eyes and suddenly we see the whole. And we see all of the different parts and how magically and perfectly they all work together in divine order. More so than we could ever possibly realize. And maybe sometimes we see our essential part in the whole play. We see the part that we play. And sometimes an aha can be an insight that, this profound realization we have at the moment where we realize that what we assumed was true, maybe it was our basic assumption of life, is flawed. And that now we understand a higher truth, a more expansive experience of reality. And it's like having the key. You know, you realize you wake up, you have the key that unlocks that prison door. And you've had it all along. So, I don't have, but I'll bring out the book in a little bit. But one of the books that we have, that I'm using as two books as source of inspiration for this series of talks, Catherine May, and the book is Enchanted. And so she talks about, in one of the chapters, she talks about a mountain range in Germany called the Harz. H-A-R. Oh, you know that? Yeah. And the highest peak of the Harz is called the Brocken. Brocken. However it's pronounced. Brocken. And, high peak is relative. It's less than 4,000 feet, right? I mean, the Blue Ridge is like, 6,500. And, the Rockies like 14,000 feet elevation. So it's relative, but it's a high peak for Germany. And the thing is that people throughout history have just really enjoyed climbing this peak. It's quite the attraction. And they have had interesting encounters there. People have reported really interesting encounters. In fact, legend has it that it's haunted by ghosts, that it's the playground of witches. And people have come back with reports of seeing ghosts, like a specter, like a really large specter that moves in interesting ways and follows one around. And sometimes these specters have large halos around them that they call a glory, colorful halo, like a glory. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? It's like, whoa. And it's not just one, it's like, throughout history, many people have reported this. Very cool, huh? Well, of course, science comes along and crushes that legend. Because, of course, there's a scientific explanation for this. In fact, there's a name for it. It's called the Brocken-Spector phenomena. Brocken-Spector phenomena. And so what it is that because of the elevation of the peak and the way it's situated, low-lying clouds gather, form around the peak, fog or clouds, frequently. And if you're there very early in the morning or late in the afternoon and the sun is low in the sky and you're facing the other way, the sun casts a shadow, your shadow, onto the clouds. And because you can't tell the distance of the clouds, it looks enormous. And it moves in funny, interesting ways because the clouds are moving. But, you can't tell that on first viewing. And it has the halo or the glory is really the sun refracting through the water particles like a rainbow, right? And reflecting this beautiful, colorful, and it looks like it's surrounding the ghost or the specter because it's from your perspective. And, you'd think that people, after a while, would kind of catch it. I mean, unless they were like, they got really fearful and they saw that and they turned and ran, which I'm sure a lot of people did. I mean, if you stayed there for any length of time, you would begin to realize that the specter is moving in exactly the same way you are. Because it's your shadow, right? The Brocken-Spector phenomena. So, I mean, even when you understand it scientifically, well, I think it would still be pretty awesome to see, right? But still, the Brocken-Spector is your shadow. It's a shadow. Excuse me. And metaphorically speaking, it's like, the old false belief, an old false assumption that you once believed. And it seemed true. It looked real. It felt real. You could even come up with evidence to support your belief that it was real. But when you explore it really deeply, when you really investigate and take it into your inner wisdom, you see that it really is just a projection of your shadow. It's just a projection of your false belief. And so Catherine says about this in this chapter, she says, the Brocken-Spector is a ghost of our own making, a literal projection of the dark part of ourselves onto an unstable surface. All right, so a shadow is something that we see outside of ourselves, but it's really us, It's the place that the sun is not shining. It's an illusion. And so, when we wake up, as if from that dream, and realize it's not true, that old limiting belief is not true. It's just a false belief. It's a shadow. It's an illusion. When we realize that, it just dissipates. into thin air and we're free. This is how it works when we fully realize those old core beliefs that really were limiting us in one way or another. And we really check it out. We really sit with it and investigate it. Like a shadow that just dissipates. It just clears up. Aha, right? Aha! Aha! So I had an aha moment recently that I'd like to share with you. Yes, I do. Okay, so, okay. So I've had this belief running in the back of my mind that's sort of, running the program, this sort of subconscious thing that has been robbing me of my peace and robbing me of my enjoyment in life. And that is that there's not enough time. I don't have enough time. I never have enough time. I'm too busy. And the busier I am, the more that the universe pours on top of that. Right? This idea, and it's causing me, I'm beginning to lose my ability to relax and play. It's like, who's got time to play? I don't have time to play. And it is really creating this experience that is, sort of self-perpetuating, right? And also, I realize that I'm probably putting out a vibe to you. I might be putting out a vibe of that might be a barrier for you. It's like, oh, she's way too busy. I can't approach her. I can't be with her with that, that thing because she's way too busy. And that is not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. I want you to know that I'm here for you, always. So this realization came as a part of this leadership group that I've been a part of for several months now. And not only did we vision, and we got an action plan, and we keep each other accountable, but also we do a lot of internal work, and we explore, ways of being that are creating a barrier to our effectiveness. And that's where this popped up. That's where this came up. And the aha that I began to realize, that, well, yes, the fact remains, I have a full life, right? I have a full plate. Yes, that's a fact. But the realization is that, A, I'm not trusting myself that I can handle it. But more than that, I'm not trusting the universe. That the universe has a way of working things out. And I, of myself, don't have to figure it all out. Right? I don't have to fix it all on my own. And, there's this little bit of, I just can't let anything out of my sight. And when I do, which of course eventually I do, I feel really guilty about it. Right? So I'm not trusting that the universe is there to support me. I'm not doing this all alone for my own humanness, right? It is a power that is not only expressing through and as me, but through and as all of you, and through and as, so many different ways that are woven together in every fabulous day. In ways that when we begin to awaken to that and we sense it, like suddenly, we're guided. Suddenly a way is made, right? The way is made clear. And the second part of that is that I'm not a victim. This is my choice. It's my choice. It's my choice to be the senior minister here, to lead a spiritual congregation. It's my choice to participate fully in all of the other areas of my life, this is my choice. And I'm living a full, rich life where I'm living my purpose. This is what I was praying for for many years. I'm living my purpose. So just that realization was so freeing, to see it from a different perspective, to reframe it. To reframe that just gave me I can suddenly breathe. I can breathe. I can let go of my tight grip because I know there's this amazing support that's there for all of us, right? There's this amazing support. So now it's time for your aha moment. Time for aha. So there is a handout you'll see in your program. And here's the thing about this. I want you to explore. And yeah, if you didn't get one, raise your hand. Mary will come back. We'll come by. We have a few. It's on a slip through. Okay. So here's what I'd like you to do. Don't write anything yet, but you want to look at what might be restricting or creating a barrier to the flow of your enjoyment of life. The flow of peace, the flow of love, the flow of joy, the flow of abundance in your life. Look at what might be creating a barrier and restricting the flow. And here's the key. Here's the key. Look at what a reoccurring complaint is in your life. What is a reoccurring complaint? That's what unlocked it for me. My reoccurring complaint was, I don't have enough time, right? Did you get one, huh? Oh, okay. All right. So reoccurring complaint. And so you're looking at, it could be something that's causing you pain. We need one more over there. Thank you. All right. Something that's causing you emotional or physical pain. Don't write anything yet. We're just going to close our eyes and do a little connecting with our inner wisdom. I just wanted you to know it's there. What's causing you to feel that life is restricted? Or maybe that you're powerless, you can't do or have what you really want? Or that people don't understand you? Mm-hmm. Or that they're not living up to your expectations? Or it could be something that somehow has you feeling that you're not enough. Or it could be an area of your life that you feel God is not present. Like you're having trouble feeling that area of your life. Where is God present in that? All right, so take a look at that. So let's close our eyes for a moment. We're not writing yet. We're closing our eyes. We're going to connect with that inner wisdom, activating that power of wisdom within us. Right here at the solar plexus, that power of wisdom, insight, intuition. We're activating it. It is ours. We want to, and those of you who are joining us online, I believe that Mel is putting up these questions too, so that you can do it along with us, okay? Right now, we're closing our eyes and getting in touch with that inner wisdom, that inner guidance, to reveal this shadow, your Brocken specter, that thing that is an illusion, but it's playing a part, and it could be subconscious, it could just be there in the background, but it's showing up. Take a moment, breathe, and listen. Listen. maybe when you're getting a little brief idea, ask your inner wisdom, what belief might be behind that? And is it true? What is the belief behind that? And is it true? Maybe it is, maybe not. You also might want to look at how that belief is showing up, is affecting how you show up in your life, like my example. How it's maybe affecting other people around you. And now ask your inner wisdom, what is that higher truth? What is the higher truth here? You know, seen from that highest divine perspective, which we are opening to in this moment, the highest divine perspective that sees it from a place of a holistic vision of the whole, sees it all as in divine order. There's no judgment here, right? There's just what is. And the more we can see what is, the freer we become. And if you have had something occur to you, if you've had something come up during this time, then feel free to pick up, there's a pen in the seat back in front of you, and take that and write it in the space that's available. And allow yourself to have an aha moment here. Again, spiritual growth is a series of aha moments. As we explore more and more of who we are and what beliefs are running our show. The more we do that, the freer we become. The more present and available we can be for Spirit to work through and as us, to express more fully in every area of our life. In our relationships, in our health and well-being, in our experience of love, in the flow of prosperity. We're here to create an opening for Spirit to express more fully and completely through and as us. Let's just take a moment to finish that up, and you may have had a realization here. You may have had an aha moment. If not, if you've gotten stuck and nothing is coming, don't worry. Just be present. Set the intention this week to allow a realization to come. And I am here for you. I'm here on Thursday afternoon. Come see me. We can sit down one-on-one, and if that time doesn't work with you, call me. We'll work out a time, and we can sit one-on-one and explore this together, okay? All right. Blessings for now. Namaste.